Well, good morning. Welcome back. This is actually the beginning of day 6. I attempted to do a recap of day 4, and there were some technical difficulties with the space on my phone because of the earlier video that I posted. I think I may have mentioned that it was day 4 on that one. That was the beginning of day 4, I believe, for that one. But anyway, this is day 6. I didn't do a recap yesterday because I was just exhausted. I went to bed a little bit earlier and to get a fresh start for today, because today we start on range skills. Let me back up a little bit. Day 4 was exam day. This was the exam put on by the school. Oh my, somebody has run off the road. The edges on this back road. I'm having to take a detour this morning. There's a wreck over on the main road. And that person did not fare so well with the no edge line markings. But everybody looks to be safe and healthy and just stuck in a ditch. So, day 4. It was exam day for the school. For the general, basically the book knowledge that we've been going over for the first 3 days. I worked hard, studied, all leading up to starting classes and everything, and I got 100 out of 100 questions. I got them all right, and I was the only one in the class to do it. So happy about the result. And here we are coming out on the main road again, bypassing the wreck. Waze sometimes will treat you right. So that was basically day 4. We finished up the day by doing some videos on some extra stuff. And then yesterday was basically just mostly videos all day. Talk about mind-numbing, nice amount of coffee that day, yesterday. Lots of videos. There's some on some cargo securement. Some more on defensive driving techniques and hours of service. Video. Just some other stuff that some of it we covered in the book studying. Some of it we hadn't yet. So. Good stuff. And then after lunch yesterday, we had a recruiter come in to talk to us. He was from Stevens Transport. Good guy. Talked about his company and what they do, and I may go into more detail about later. And then after that, we went out into the yard for the first time to basically watch a couple of students do a pre-trip on a truck. So it was really, really ugly out there because the rain. It was raining half the day yesterday. The second half of the day yesterday, it was drizzly and rainy the whole time. And of course, I forgot to bring my foul weather gear. Basically, I got a rain suit on Amazon for $20, and it works as well as a rain suit. $20 rain suit you would expect it to work. But I forgot to bring it yesterday. But I've got it today because it's a little chilly out there this morning, low 50s. Possibility of rain today too. I forgot to look fully at the forecast, but possibility. I'm bringing my stuff. So today we're on the yard for the first time. Today is Saturday as I am giving this, and Saturday of the first week is everybody in the class who's doing the manual transmission kind of gets a jump start on the rest of the class. They don't start yard movement until Monday. But we're out here to get a head start on the manual transmission and to start doing yard moves, and I'm guessing pre-trip as well, because supposedly next week is nothing but yard movements, skills, range skills, and pre-trip. I'll see if I can't record a pre-trip or something and try and post that. There's lots of good videos out there. I've watched several different videos on pre-trip. Some of them way more detailed because they use the old model and we're currently using the new model. So there was one put out by the Georgia Department of Driver Services that is like a little over an hour long, like an hour and 15 minutes, I think. And that one is good because it uses the same terminology that we're required to use for our testing. So that's nice to use. My school also put out a video, but it's like 6 years old. But it does, I have to get a refresher on that video to see how close it is to what we're still doing today, because the new model is a little easier because they've taken a lot of the redundancy out of it. If you inspect one wheel and brake assembly and suspension, then they assume that you can do the rest of them. So you do it correctly, and you're good. So I'll give an update after school, or maybe halfway. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. And we'll check with you later. Hello, day 6, out on the yard, doing maneuvers in that truck right there. That one. That's the manual truck that's out here. It's starting to be a pretty day. It was all awful rainy and drizzly to start, but it's starting to look like a good day now. Look at that. Woo! Sun shining. Getting closer to lunch. So there's 4 of us, and we each take a turn pulling forward and doing straight line backing 2 times. So far, so good. We'll check with you later. On a side note, notice how my hat sits a little off center because I have a crooked head. I was born with some sort of a flat side on one side or the other. I can't remember. I don't remember too much about that day. But I have a crooked head, and ever since, when I have a hat on and it feels like it's straight, this is what it looks like. If I try to switch it a little bit to make it look straighter, it's like, it makes me crazy. So I had to, put it a little off. Yeah. Such is life. All right. Recap of day 6. Today was our first day on the yard. So we had 4 of us from our class who were doing the manual transmission. We were on the yard today from beginning to end. The 4 of us were using one truck. It's a day cab Sterling, that manual transmission, and we just swapped out the 4 of us. We took, I'm not exactly sure how long the truck and trailer together is, about 70-something feet. Maybe that's a little much, I'm not sure. 53-foot trailer-ish. And then however long the tractor is, plus the trailer. Anyway, we drove that in a straight line through cones to about the full length of the tractor and trailer on the other side of the cones. Full length in the cones and a full length before the cones. So approximately 150 to 200 feet. And we went back and forth straight the entire day. Woo. So I did that about 10 times, I'm thinking. So this is the first time in a truck. I got to do it. Woohoo! Basically, we just, hopped straight in. The instructor got in with us. It was already cranked and ready to go. The instructors cranked the trucks and get them warm up, get the air pressure going. So already ready to go. We get in the truck and we get in the seat and make sure the seat is close enough, whatever, And then he shows us, here's forward, here's reverse. One gear only in either direction, and that's all we needed. We're going slow first gear, which in a truck on some, shift patterns are different for all trucks, or not all trucks, but a lot of trucks. So first gear is compared to a regular vehicle where you might find second gear. So that's where first gear is, and then reverse is basically where you would find first gear. So I put it into reverse first because my muscle memory just went there, But I didn't start it. I didn't let the clutch out. He's like, "Yep, that's reverse." I'm like, "Oh, right." So I got that, And then the first thing is just to pull straight through the cones all the way to the other end, which easy enough. Then you start backing, and it's if you've never done a trailer at all, it's not easy. It'll get away from you really quick, but because I've done some backing with trailers, and I always consider myself to have good depth perception. I did, I think, very well. I only had to stop and pull up twice, maybe a third time. I'm trying to remember. It was kind of a blur because it was a long day. But yeah, I never knocked over a cone, and I never went over the line. Those lines, you have to sort of think of them as being trailers in a dock, and you don't want to run over the line because you're running into a trailer, of somebody else's truck. So you don't want to do that. So that's why we have the coned spaces to make sure you're inside those lines. And that is all we did from starting at about, we were down there 7:45 first thing. And then I think I was the last one to stop moving the truck, and I stopped moving that truck at like 6 p.m. And we were alternating all day long. And that's all we did. Easy day. It never really got boring. It just got tiring standing there waiting for your turn. Some of us had more trouble than others. But we all got there in the end, got easier as the day went on. Hey, it's one of my cats. That's Bandit. Say, hey, Bandit. It's messed up, when you see a cat with a camera, they look like they're possessed or something because their eyes light up weird. So, end of day 6, and tomorrow I get a day off. So, yay, I get to work. Woohoo! No day off for me. It's going to be a grueling 3 weeks. But next week, we start the rest of the yard range skill practicing, which is basically parallel parking. Ooh, the nice hair. Been wearing a hat all day. So the parallel parking aspect of the backing, that's going to take some challenge, it's going to take some skill. It's take some practice. And then we're going to also alternate and work on our pre-trip. So practice that. So, yep. 1 week down. Yeah. And looking forward to next week. And we will keep you updated.